In a sun-drenched bunny meadow, White Bunny, now an adult, exudes a sense of longing as she gazes at the horizon. Her eyes reflect a wistful dream of love, a silent yearning amidst the bright, open space. The meadow is alive with color, yet a palpable sense of emptiness surrounds White Bunny. She sits, a figure of quiet contemplation, as the breeze gently rustles through the tall grasses. Sunlight bathes her fur, highlighting the delicate contours of her face, marked by a subtle sadness. The vast, open sky mirrors the boundless possibilities of love, yet she remains grounded in her solitude. In a sun-drenched meadow, Grey Bunny hops anxiously, his brow furrowed with worry as he approaches White Bunny. He gestures towards the ominous tree line, a dark border against the bright day, trying to dissuade her. A gentle breeze whispers through the tall grass, carrying scents of wild flowers and damp earth. White Bunny, the forest is very dangerous, Grey Bunny warns, his voice tinged with urgency. The contrast of light and shadow heightens the sense of foreboding as White Bunny contemplates the looming forest. White Bunny, satchel in tow, strides onto the shadowed forest path, resolute in her quest for true love. Her gait is confident, seemingly deaf to Grey Bunny's desperate pleas fading behind her. The path twists and turns, shrouded in shadow, the branches above gnarled like skeletal fingers. She presses on, undeterred, her small figure a beacon of determination against the forest's gloom. Ahead, the path darkens, promising both peril and the potential for the love she seeks. Sunlight filters through the canopy, illuminating a forest clearing where a fluffy White Bunny hops into view. A handsome wolf emerges from the trees, his eyes locking onto the bunny as she stops, mesmerized. "Oh, Wolf, I think I'm in love with you," White Bunny declares, her nose twitching with earnest affection. Wolf's expression hardens. "It won't work," White Bunny pleads. "Please, let's try." Dim light flickers across the wolf's den, shadows dancing on rough walls, the air heavy with damp earth and raw meat. White Bunny snuggles against the wolf, her fur gleaming softly, finding solace amidst the primal surroundings. A sense of safety washes over White Bunny, a stark contrast to the pervasive unease within the den. Wolves lurk in shadows, eyes gleaming with suspicion, their presence adding to the atmosphere of tension. Low, guttural whispers fill the den as the wolves discuss White Bunny's unsuitability, their words laced with doubt. The whispers create an undercurrent of unease, threatening to shatter the fragile peace White Bunny has found. In the hushed forest, the wolf, brow furrowed, speaks to White Bunny, the air thick with unspoken tension. White Bunny's ears droop, her eyes glistening as she absorbs the wolf's words, a tear tracing her white fur. The wolf, succumbing to pressure from his pack, breaks up with White Bunny. A heartbreaking sob escapes White Bunny as she turns and flees into the dense forest, disappearing into the shadows. She is heartbroken and sets off again, tears streaming down her face. Sunlight filters weakly, casting grasping shadows as White Bunny vanishes, leaving only echoes in the menacing forest. Sunlight paints the forest floor as a dainty White Bunny meets a great bear, their worlds colliding in a silent, wooded theater. The bear's gaze softens, captivated. An unlikely adoration sparks in his eyes as he beholds the bunny. "How lovely you are! I am in love with you," the bear booms, his voice a gentle rumble in the tranquil forest. His earnest promise hangs in the air. I promise to make you happy and never leave you. The white bunny stares. Inside Bear's cozy home, White Bunny and Bear build together, the air still with unspoken feelings. A home taking shape, yet a subtle chill lingers, a silent testament to what remains unsaid. White Bunny works beside Bear, her expression soft, a gentle attempt at affection. A flicker of longing crosses her face, a silent acknowledgement of the wolf's enduring presence. The walls rise, but the heart hesitates, caught between duty and a love she cannot deny. In the heart of the new home, White Bunny's gaze drifts, lost in thoughts of another. In Bear's home, warm lamplight casts long shadows, the air heavy with Bear's lingering scent. White Bunny enters Bear's home, sensing the ghost of Bear's presence. White Bunny discovers a clump of reddish fox fur clinging to Bear's thick fur. A wave of coldness washes over White Bunny, the truth beginning to dawn. Unspoken tension vibrates through the small home, each tick of the clock an accusation. White Bunny stares at the fur, the silence amplifying the dread in the dimly lit room. White Bunny peers through the window, her curiosity turning to shock as she witnesses Bear embracing Miss Fox. Heartbreak washes over White Bunny's face as unseen glass shatters within her. She flees, tears streaming down her face. Inside, White Bunny frantically throws clothes into a bag, her hands trembling with raw emotion. She crumples a photo of happier times with Bear and Miss Fox, discarding it as she walks out, leaving her past behind. As dusk descends, White Bunny collapses beneath the silent trees, exhaustion etched in every line of her small body. Heartbreak weighs heavy as she succumbs to sleep, the lonely forest, her only companion in this moment of despair. The world fades as shadows deepen, the forest's quiet amplifying White Bunny's solitude and sorrow. Beneath the watchful gaze of ancient trees, White Bunny dreams, seeking solace from the day's pain. Bathed in a soft, dreamlike glow, Grey Bunny gently fills her bag with carrots, her movements quiet and deliberate. As she turns to leave, a subtle stirring breaks the silence. White Bunny weakly opens her eyes, her gaze unfocused and vulnerable, seeking connection in the dim light. The entire scene exudes a comforting warmth, like a gentle embrace on a cold night. As dusk descends, long shadows stretch across the forest floor, where White Bunny awakens, blinking in the fading light. A figure emerges from the shadows. Grey Bunny, his silhouette outlined against the dying sun. Recognition dawns in White Bunny's eyes, a silent guardian watching over her. Grey Bunny, is that you? What are you doing here? She asks, her voice echoing softly in the twilight. In a sun-drenched meadow, White Bunny and Grey Bunny stand side by side, the air alive with unspoken understanding. Grey Bunny's devotion finally dawns on White Bunny, her eyes reflecting a newfound comprehension of love's depth. A gentle breeze rustles through the meadow, carrying whispers of hope and affection between the two bunnies. Sunlight bathes the scene in golden hues, symbolizing the warmth and blossoming affection between them. White Bunny's soft fur glows in the light, mirroring the radiant joy that fills her heart. The meadow transforms into a sanctuary of love, its beauty amplified by their shared emotional awakening.